talking about today? Last week, I was involved in another clinical trial. Well, it's more of a study than a trial, however. I had gone over that actually a couple weeks ago. Oh, when the hell was that? It was last Thursday. One of the things they did was something called a DEXA scan, which is a bone density scan. And I'm curious, what do you guys know about bone density? What do you guys know about DEXA scans? What do you know about that whole fucking rigmarole? Well, we're going to look into that. Once again, from a quadriplegic standpoint, considering the fact that we don't typically, well, we're stuck in wheelchairs and shit like that. So that's a tendency to impact bone density. Very, 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 very important. And I will say, the scan I just got back, I was floored by my bone density. I sort of thought I was well into osteopenia, which is prior to osteoporosis, which is, we'll go over that. But, you know, if you don't know it, you should know it. I'll leave links in the description box below, very much like I was talking about the lymphatic system last time. Something that you should know about. I mean, this is important shit, you know, especially for anybody that's involved with any form of paralysis. You know, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, understand something. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I don't own this bar. I am just a guy that found himself, a regular guy that found himself in a bad situation that's trying to figure out what in the fuck is going on. I did get a result from the DEXA scan I just had a couple weeks ago, and I'm trying to compare it to a DEXA scan that I had laying around from a couple years back. However, I'm waiting for a couple other doctors to get back in touch with me so I can figure out if I can get some of the other DEXA scans that I've had done over the last 10 years to do a decent comparison. But I will say this, that if you are under the impression there are no courses of action, which, you know, up until I got the results that I just got, and we'll do another video on that, that'll be the next one, that if you're under the impression there's no recourse and there's nothing you can do in order to improve your bone density, well, I will say you're sadly mistaken. There are pharmacological interventions there is dietary interventions, and there is certainly numero uno physical interventions you could do. You know, weight bear, exercise, training, and everything else like that. Stress on the bones, stress on the muscles. I will leave you with this. Regardless what you think, what you don't think, don't be this guy. I'm out. You make up your own decisions, but don't be this guy.
I don't know what Angkor asked. Do you guys know what DEXA scans or about DEXA scans? DEXA. I don't know what that is. No.
But refresh my memory on it. I remember hearing about it. I don't know if it has something to do with bone density or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let us know, Angry Quad.
Yeah, no, definitely let us know. That's cool. I'm curious. I don't know what that is, but we are. Yeah, they are bone density scans. He said.
Yeah, that's what
and no, actually, I haven't had one of the. I've thought about that for a lot of years now, and I just never have actually gone in to get one. And I know that is important, especially I'm 21, coming up on 22 years post. I'm into my 40s now, just turned 43 this last week, and I think, probably a good idea to check that.
Yeah, I know we can get osteoporosis. There are some medications that do. I know there's side effects, obviously, with anything we ever take in this world. So, I mean, I just know that the older we get, it's going to be much easier for somebody to transfer us and break something. Jeez, my dogs.
I think Angry caught it there in the chat just a bit ago. Said, like, there's not much they can do. There's little to no resources, but you should know. Like, it's good to at least have an idea. Like, I have pretty brittle bones, I should be careful. But I don't know what mine is, but that's sort of how I operate. Like, I'm like, okay, I kind of know that I got, like, possibly some low density, brittler bones, so.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I want to say this gracefully, Angry Quad, in the way you said, you should know. I mean, I guess, should we really? I mean, if there's not much we can do or very little, I mean, obviously we know it. I mean, in the long run, you're never going to build your bones back up. The medication's going to help fill in those little gaps that our bone starts having those weaknesses in, right? It fills it up. But because we are not moving, it's not going to be 100% of what a medication can do for somebody that can be functional on walking on their bones or using those bone groups that can make it. Maybe in the long run, I heard that osteoporosis with us and our bones weakening. It happens right away within 2 weeks. You know, and maybe I roll my eyes at these exoskeleton.
But that does move for you, and it does move you, and it does move your joints, and that's probably really good for your lower extremities. Yeah, I know that would be actually really cool, and that's what Life's Uncertain had said too. That's why they got theirs checked, was to get standing frame approved, because insurance won't do it, and I did hear that. So that's the reason why I may even look into getting the test in the future. Well, for personal reasons, but also I wouldn't mind having a standing frame or trying to stand at some point. I don't know if that would just too little too late at this point for me, because I haven't stood in, like 18 years. I stood like the first couple years of my injury, and that was a problem.